I feel like this season, Bob Boughner has benched more players for individual periods than maybe any other Sharks head coach of the past decade. Are you kind of noticing just that trend too, and what's your observation on it?
Well, I think it's the right thing to do. What we're trying to do is, last year, our group has got a little off base as far as the culture. And I think it was because we had so many guys that cared, that weren't used to losing. And that's how they reacted to it, which makes sense to me. That's human nature. We wanted to reestablish how we're going to play. We wanted to make sure that when you're integrating younger players in, that it's set the right way. And I think when you see what, I say Logan and the rest of the leadership group, they accept that. They support each other. They're there for each other, even in games where we might be a few men down, or there might be, it's a high-end team like a Colorado. There's no surrender to this group. And that's really what's probably the most important thing that I would take out of this half of the year, is that this group has really addressed that area.
Erik Karlsson looks like a totally different player after missing just 4 games, and we understand it was another lower body injury, specific to the groin region, and those are tricky to figure out. It's almost amazing that in such a short period of time, he essentially turned his season around. Is it your vision too, or is it your observation that he's a lot faster, he's more aggressive, he's more involved in plays since he's come back, and how did he do that so quickly?
Well, he came into camp, in a good place. You could see that. And this little tweak that he had nothing to do with what was repaired. Mm-hmm. He's 100% healthy. I think what happened was he was able to reset himself, and he cares. He's one of the best players in this game. When he's playing the way he is right now, that's what gets everybody excited. He wants to be a dominant player. He wants to be a difference maker. And people forget, when he missed the games last year, it's because of a broken thumb. It was not because of a groin issue. We're not concerned about that area in any way. We think he's in the prime of his career. He's the same age as Peter Angelo and Yossi and Hedman. And I think he's excited about being part of the answers to this team. I think he and Logan in particular can drive the boat for us because they're such high-end players.
I guess the relationship between team defense and goaltending is almost like chicken and the egg. What came first, or which one is the issue as it relates to the other? How do you see your team this season without the puck?
It's a work in progress. There's glimpses of us playing well. There's glimpses of us not. I mean, you got everybody trying to reestablish their games. So that's individually and collectively. And Brody, I can't emphasize enough, when your first 14 games trying to implement a new system with young guys and you don't get the matchup change because you don't have the last change. Every time you put a young guy on the ice and you're playing Colorado, out comes McKinnon and Rantanen and Landeskog. Right. That's just the way it is.
Right.
So I'm excited about now, from this point on, evaluating our team, how we play. I think getting to this point, getting Tomas Hertl back, getting Timo Meier back, which allows us to push some of the younger guys back into the proper roles. I think, the system and how Boogie wants them to play has been clarified. And now with the way the schedule is, I think we have an opportunity to truly see what our team is, where they're at. I think the young players will benefit from everything they've gone through up to this point. And as I say, the connectivity between our players and the culture is in a good place. So I can start evaluating, looking at our team from this point going forward, without any of the stuff that we've had to deal with in the past 2-3 months.